All right, y'all. So I'm at work, and they're going to be announcing the verdict here momentarily. So I'm going to announce it live as well. Um, to be very honest, I'm at work. I honestly have no hope for this verdict. I think he's going to get nothing, just like everybody else. So I'm sorry to be all like doomsday with you. But I get off in 18 minutes. They've been pushing the time back the whole time. We've all been waiting since 3:30 for the verdict. So, yeah. So I'll be on and off here. And yeah, so that there's nothing going on as of now, just to keep it a buck. And there's mad people. There's nothing going on in regards to the verdict. Um, as far as what's going on in real time, there's mad people piling in out there. And there's mad people piling in, so we're gonna see what it is. So yeah, as I was saying, there's mad people piling in front of the courthouse. They're mentioning Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matters a whole lot here. Also, just so y'all know, in real time in Long Island, there was a shooting down in the grocery store earlier today. So until they announced this verdict, I just wanted to tell y'all, man, anybody who's out in New York, Long Island area, be careful. There was a guy, come to find out, a black guy about 49, who went off into the Shaws and shot up the damn grocery store. Okay. So please be careful out here when you're out getting your groceries, wherever you at. They done shot up the one grocery off in Colorado, and I found that out about 2 hours ago when I was looking to see what the verdict is. And we've been waiting since 3:30. As of now, there's a bunch of people just piling around. There's people coming in slowly, and the crowd is getting bigger and bigger, but there really isn't anything in regards to the verdict yet. They pushed it back again because it went from 3:30, between 3:30 and 4 o'clock, then from 4 to 4:30. Now it's 4:45. So now they're pushing it back again. So I don't know why they keep pushing the time back. The last time I checked in, the people in the courtroom had came. Derek Chauvin is in the courtroom, and his lawyer, and people are coming into the courtroom, but they just haven't announced it yet. Every time it gets to the time, they keep pushing it back. So here it is, 15 minutes after they said they were gonna announce it, they pushed it back again. So now they're saying momentarily, verdict to be read momentarily. So there's a bunch of people with Black Lives Matter signs, um, a bunch of people with signs that's like, get off. What's this one say? Get off our neck. Um, well, that flash. And just waiting for the verdict and ready to burn the city down. From what I see, I just really, from our history of these types of moments, I guess you could say I'm jaded. I just don't, I don't want to get my hopes up to think that, it's going to be something that it's not. As of now, they have um, a plan to give reparations to the Asian community. And it's like, how the fuck do you have a plan to give them reparations when the people who were here, who built the country off of our ancestors' back, ain't got a damn dime? You know what I'm saying? And I hate how, all these other communities get to benefit off of our labor. I can't appreciate that. So moments like this, and with our history and with the books that we read here on Real Talking Healthy Food, I just don't see it. How can you be hopeful? You know what I'm saying? You know, what did Tupac say? It's kind of hard to be optimistic when the homies are in bed on the table twisting. Y'all don't hear me though. I mean, that's real fucking talk. Like Tupac said it the best. Like, I think they're gonna get a slap on the wrist. They're more willing to do more for others than they are for us. And don't be a woman on top of that. Okay. So I don't know. Again, y'all, they just pushed this back again. So it keeps saying momentarily, moment. Girl, I'm gonna be off work with a drink in my hand by the time they announce this. If you're coming in, just make sure you hit that like. The one person in here, hit the like. Support your girl. I'm waiting for the real Care Bears to come through. I don't know, man. Hopefully, I don't get a call or nothing. I am currently at work and I'm reporting live. Okay, double duty on that ass. So, yeah, I don't know. They pushed it back again. They keep repeating. If you've been living under a rock, or if you just don't give a damn, let's run through what's going on. Derek Chauvin is the pig that murdered George Floyd. Word around the campfire, it had something to do with some fake bills. One of the store owners who called the police stated that in a lot of the articles that this fool called the police on him over 250 times. Not on him, but just in general, okay? To that particular vicinity. Now, when I was looking into some other shit, it looked like he was affiliated with some folks down out there in Minneapolis that was on some scamming mob type shit. And they got ties with some people that matter somewhere. Okay. And that's what I heard. Now, I didn't have it. I didn't look into it that deep. I just read a few articles where they did go that deep, and it looks like the people that he rocked with, it wasn't just wrong is right, but who he was affiliated with just happened to be a somebody. Okay, so anyway, long story short, this officer, Derek Murderer Chauvin, um, had his knee on his neck and murdered him in cold blood. Had his knee on his neck until he was dead. It was like 9 minutes and something seconds where he knelt down on his knee, and you could just kind of like see a demon possess him because he didn't let up. And it seemed like the more people were protesting against it, or like, yo, get the fuck up off his neck, the more he leaned in and was applying more pressure and just murdered him in cold blood. Now, if it wasn't for the girl who is a minor, by the way, who I'm not gonna say her name because she's already got troubles, but behind this shit, she got death threats in the whole nine. It was a young girl who caught this murder on her phone, and she is the one of the girl who exposed this to the world, um the murder of George Floyd. So um some people think that this is a one of those, they think it's one of those things where they're using it to divide us even more. Some people think that this is a real situation. I think it's a combination of both. But as I stated earlier, they pushed the time back again. I've been waiting since 3:30 for these results, and here I am about an hour and a half later. They went from 3:30, between 3:30 and 4 o'clock, from 4 o'clock to 4:30. Now it's 4:51. Now they're saying verdict to be read momentarily. And this is Derek Chauvin, the Jake, the pig, the cop who murdered George Floyd. So we're all waiting to see him get his slap on the wrist and his vacation package, as they do all officers who murder any black person, especially in any person of color. Um, so yeah, I mean, that's what's going on. I can't think of the term right now. Can't think of the term that I was looking to use when I was describing this, but I think they might be using this as a divide and conquer tactic to, implement some other shit. Because we got a whole lot of things going on simultaneously in our world. And we can't psyops. They have these psyops that they create to distract us from the real. You know what I'm saying? So here we are at this mass gathering waiting for the verdict to be read. So, I don't know, man. I don't know what the fuck to expect, man. Um, I don't have any hope for this. I would like to know what y'all think because I don't feel nothing. I feel like nothing's gonna happen. So I'm just interested to see, and I will be shocked. I will be floored if he got charged. Like, let me walk up on some dude, okay, whether he's right, wrong, or whatever, put my knee in his neck until he's dead, right? Whether it's self defense or not, my black ass would be under the jail. That's facts. That's on period. The end. My black ass, there won't be no trial. I won't be on no TV. I won't be nothing. I'll be like the rest of the black women who's in prison right now for defending themselves. That's what would be happening. And it just bugs me out. It just bugs me out. I don't know. I don't fucking get it. And every news channel that I go to is not saying anything any different. They're just interviewing people in the crowd. The crowd is getting bigger. I don't know if it's because they just zoomed in on that little piece of crowd that they got, or actually more people came in because they like to play tricks and shit on the goddamn news. So we ain't gonna sit up here and act like, you know, what they showing is just that, because we know what the real is around these parts. For my 2 and 3 uh, subscribers who pull up when I'm live, you feel me? So yeah, I got about 5 minutes of work left. I'm gonna log off immediately. If somebody calls, I'm transferring the motherfuckers. I'm trying to see if I peep anything ill and out of the ordinary, because I noticed right now they don't got that wide shot that they had earlier. They're really zooming in on that crowd because the crowd isn't as big as as it looks it is on the news, by the way. Just so you know. It really isn't. It's not as big as what they got it zoomed in on. So, okay, they panning out. Yeah, they're not panning out for real. They're acting like it's mad people. It really ain't. It's not no little crowd, but it's not as like with the Breonna Taylor shit out here in the Ville. It was we was out that bitch. I mean, I wasn't out there, but they was out there because I feel like they wanted us to be. Oh, they got a drone full. It's not like back in the day. They got the drones out. Ew. I hate drones. I hate drones. Okay, 4 minutes and I'm out. So yeah, so they're out in Minneapolis. I don't see no more folks coming out. I wonder if Lovely T gonna be out there. Um, they got the drones going all close to people. I'll be swatting that motherfucker. They got people out here with their dogs and signs. It looks pretty peaceful. I just wonder how long it's going to be until they have the fake protesters come out, because it always starts off peaceful, and then to drive home a point, they always got somebody start some shit. But that crowd ain't getting no bigger. Hold on, y'all. Be right back. Got to answer these emails. I'll be back in 3 minutes.
White House is
listen to the news while I do it.
Along with the rest of the world, and Lester, I can tell you that top officials are huddled in their offices as they try to prepare to respond. Lester.
All right, Kristen Welker, so we'll monitor that front as well. I want to go to NBC's Tremaine Lee. He's been closely following the trial. He's in the Greenwood neighborhood in Tulsa, Oklahoma, a traditionally black neighborhood there. Tremaine, great to have you on. You're in a place obviously steeped in African-American history. I want to run this past you. And I'm sure you've been part of these conversations. There is a sense among activists, among communities of color, that this one should be an easy call. And I'm wondering if you see a risk in that assumption, thinking that this one will be different.
Lester, you know what, folks in this community, especially as you mentioned, there's such a deep history in this Greenwood community. It dealt with the 1921 race massacre. Then in 2016, Terrence Crutcher was shot and killed by a police officer. It was on video. There is currently a bill working its way through the state legislature that will make it illegal to film police. So this idea of a wariness to get their hopes up, even in the face of what so many people believe is evidence that is clear and just crystal clear, right? So to your point there, you don't want to get their hopes up because black folks in this country haven't really experienced true justice. And so in this case, one way or the other, as I was speaking to a lawyer activist in Ferguson on my way to Tulsa, and he said, no matter what, America is not on trial. American racism is not on trial. Police aren't even on trial. This is the trial of Derek Chauvin. And so after the verdict is read, whether it's a guilty verdict or a non-guilty verdict, if policing doesn't change in this country, especially the way black bodies and black communities are policed, what difference will it make? So that wariness, that anxiety, that kind of tightening of the gut that so many people are feeling all across this country, a place like Greenwood, these residents know it more than most, Lester.
Yeah, Jermaine, thank you for joining us, and please stand by as we continue to wait for the verdict to be announced from Minneapolis. As we do that, we want to turn to criminal defense attorney and NBC News legal analyst Danny Cevallos. Danny, we talked earlier about, I called it the speed of the verdict. I think you countered that they sometimes go this quickly, but does it tend to favor one side or the other?
Take all the conventional wisdom and courthouse gossip you may have heard about quick verdicts and throw it right out the window, Lester, because when it's a high-profile case, all the rules get scrapped. Nothing is what it normally seems. And in a case like this, where you already have complicated jury instructions for really complicated crimes, I mean, these are two forms of murder, which everybody grows up thinking murder is an intentional act. But in this case, it is a conceitedly unintentional killing for both second and third degree murder. So expect the jury to struggle a little with that. And that raises the question of, did they do one of two things? Did they walk into that jury room and say, I don't think the state made any of its case? Or did they walk into the jury room and say, I don't think the defense had it at any point here? And, we may never know exactly how the discussions went down unless we talk afterwards. But this short verdict does certainly suggest that the jurors didn't go through all of that detail, at least that the prosecution put up in that very effective grid.
I got an email at the last minute, y'all. I'm sorry.
That doesn't mean that they discounted it. They may have just felt the prosecution already made its case. Or on the other side, that the defense made a stronger case, or at least that they raised reasonable doubt. Defense never had to prove innocence. They just had to raise reasonable doubt by undercutting any of the framework of the prosecution's elements of the crime.
They gave them a kind of an a la carte menu. The idea that maybe he died from carbon monoxide poisoning from the car, that maybe his heart was enlarged, that the drugs affected things. Was that more or less than you would expect in a case like this, in terms of things that the jury might be able to hang a reasonable doubt belief on?
That's right. I mean, those elements, so you had three major causative elements that the defense argued. Number one, that fentanyl levels were well above what studies show is
I'm sorry, God. I'm sorry, God. I'll be right there.
We're at 11, and studies show that 3 is enough to kill with fentanyl. Methamphetamines were not at a fatal dosage, but combined with other things like his poor health, his obstructed arteries, and even his COVID diagnosis, and this is what the defense argued, could have caused the death. But in a sense, the burden here was flipped for the defense because in Minnesota, as long as the defendant set into motion the events that caused the death, that is enough for causation. In a way, it kind of inverts the burden and puts the burden on the defense to show that no matter how mean or nasty this knee was on the back of George Floyd's neck, it was not a substantial causative factor. The true substantial causative factor was that George Floyd's poor health combined with drug intake was the cause of his death. In a sense, the defense did have a burden here. They undertook
I don't see the voting
their
button,
alternate theory, which was causation.
It's
and we're going to
5:03.
find out whether
This
or not
is
they
taking
met
too
that
long.
burden. And of course, I use burden in air quotes
Favorite
because
this
the
week.
burden
Okay.
always rests with the prosecution, never shifts, and the defendant is supposedly cloaked in the presumption of innocence.
Yeah, the defense also talking about what a reasonable officer would do in this situation. That
Bro, you got to get a thumbs up and a goodbye.
Actually, let's just
Good
check
night,
where we are.
girl.
We're a little
I'm
after
done.
5 o'clock Eastern, 4
I'll
o'clock
read it in
Central
the
Time.
morning. That's all you
On the
get.
left
It's
of your screen,
5:03.
you're watching the crowd gathering near the. We were expecting to hear the verdict in the Derek Chauvin case. We still are.
We sure were. We sure were. We've been waiting since 3:30. They playing games with us right now. What up? What up? What up? I just got off work. No cue chart, no nothing. Just raw, uncut, ready. Okay. Just here we are. Okay. Straight off work. I'm trying to cover up my shirt so you don't know where I work. So just know they don't like me very much. I mean, my bosses do. They love me. But it for what they can love, okay? But y'all, we've been waiting since 3:30, okay? And nothing. Then they said 3:30 to 4, then 4 to 4:30. Now it's whatever. And yeah, girl, I had to, I didn't want to be looking all corny with the headphones and shit. So we've been waiting, and for those of us who know, I didn't want to really talk about it, because to be real, I was exhausted by this shit. It was very disheartening to see so many Black people be murdered, and it gets to you, you know what I'm saying? It really does, especially being a YouTuber and have to report on this shit over and over and the fuck over again. And it's like, you get tired of it, you know what I'm saying? And oh, here we go. Okay, the judge is here. Let me do this. Put this into context for us. The judge is how significant. Oh, he's tapping the mic. Oh shit. Okay. Here we go. Here we go, y'all.
They're standing as the jury now is led into the courthouse. Of course, we had not been see the jury, but
everybody's standing.
And spectators are standing right now as they take their seats.
Hey.
I understand you have a verdict.
They got a verdict. Here you go. Trying to hide the NBC check. Oh shit, I'm scared.
Members of the jury, I will now read the verdicts as they will appear in the permanent records of the 4th Judicial District. State of Minnesota, County of Hennepin, District Court, 4th Judicial District. State of Minnesota Plaintiff versus Derek Michael Chauvin, Defendant. Verdict, count 1. Court file number 27 CR 20-12646. We, the jury, in the above entitled matter as to count 1, unintentional second-degree murder while committing a felony, find the defendant guilty. Agreed to this 20th day of April 2021 at 1:44 p.m. Signed, juror foreperson, juror number 19. Same caption, verdict count 2. In the above entitled matter as to count 2, third-degree murder, perpetrating an eminently dangerous act, find the defendant guilty. This verdict agreed to this 20th day of April 2021 at 1:45 p.m.
Second-degree murder, guilty.
Juror number 19. Same caption, verdict count 3. We, the jury, in the above entitled matter as to count 3, second-degree manslaughter, culpable negligence, creating an unreasonable risk, find the defendant guilty. Verdict agreed to this 20th day of April at 1:45 p.m. Jury foreperson 019. Members of the jury, I'm now going to ask you individually if these are your true and correct verdicts. Please respond.
They found the motherfucker guilty. Oh, Merry Christmas, bitches. Hell, motherfucking no. I can't believe that. Yeah.
Yes.
What if somebody do something funny? Hold on.
These are true and correct verdicts.
Found guilty of all charges, y'all.
Yes.
Look at them confused. This isn't the plan. This isn't what's supposed to happen. You going to jail, cocksucker. Oh,
I have to thank you on behalf of the people of the state of Minnesota for not only jury service, but heavy duty jury. What I ask you to do now is to follow the deputy back into your usual room, and I will join you in a few minutes to answer your questions. And
oh, I'm shocked.
for the jury.
Okay, wait. No emotion. He got no emotion. He's just he looks shocked.
Right. With the guilty verdicts returned, we're going to have Blakely. You may file a written argument as to Blakely factors within 1 week. Correlation findings on the Blakely factors, the factual findings, 1 week after that. We'll order a PSI immediately, returnable in 4 weeks. And we will also have a briefing on, after you get the PSI, 6 weeks from now, and then 8 weeks from now, we will have sentencing. We'll get you the
8 weeks?
In a scheduling order. Is there a motion on behalf of the state?
Move to have the court revoke the defendant's bail and remand him into custody pending sentencing.
Bail is revoked, bond is discharged, and the defendant is remanded to the custody of the Hennepin County Sheriff.
Oh, he got to stay his ass in jail.
All right. Thank you.
He has no emotion.
Chauvin, convicted on all 3 counts, guilty of second-degree unintentional murder, third-degree murder, and second-degree manslaughter.
Okay.
Floyd and leaving the courtroom in handcuffs.
So we gotta wait 8 weeks.
In the custody of the sheriff.
So what we got now? We gotta wait 8 motherfucking weeks for the sentencing. Hold on, let me make sure I heard that right. We gotta wait 8 weeks. He's been found guilty on all charges. However, we gotta wait 8 weeks for the actual sentencing.
This entire crowd erupted in cheers. They started chanting all 3 counts. And the reaction can best be summarized by Bree Graham. She's the woman I spoke with just before this verdict was read, who told us that she had been traumatized watching these.
They're not going. Why they got that Chester flag going right there? Hold on, y'all peep that?
I honestly, I don't really have the words for it right now, and I'm trying.
I don't want to hear her. Check 1, 2. No. Now let's get to the nitty gritty. Okay, the nitty gritty. The nitty gritty is he's been charged. He's been found guilty on all charges. Okay. First, second, and third degree murder. Okay. But we gotta wait 8 weeks for the actual sentencing. So it don't mean shit. Niggas out here in the Ville is at home on house arrest on murder charges. My ex is on murder charges right now. Okay? I mean, you know, so that don't mean shit. That don't mean shit. Like, oh man, I want to see this bitch. Like, I want to see him get life, man. So that don't mean shit. There's nothing to cheer for. We can't go celebrate and pop bottles yet. You know what I'm saying? This is just, oh, he guilty. So was Amber Geiger, but she only got 10 years. Like, what the fuck is there to be? 8 motherfucking weeks. Girl, bye. I am not impressed. I mean, he don't get no bond. He has to go back to jail. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like he's free. He probably getting like a mug. He had no emotion. Now, ooh, not at all. He was just looking like no emotion. The same face he had. Like it boom. They got the drawing hella good. Whoever do that. Same face he had when he was killing a motherfucker. Same face. He didn't have no emotion, no nothing. Probably because ain't nothing gonna happen. That's what I think. I don't think ain't shit gonna happen. Well, he got to get life for that shit, and he stays in custody. That bitch heart is black. That bitch, yeah. And you see them piercing eyes, them piercing eyes. There's a demon in that bitch. There's a demon in that weirdo. You know what I'm saying? There's a demon in that motherfucker. I don't give a fuck. I watched that video. There's a demon in him. Straight up. It's something in him. Something jumped in him that day. And I need to see this motherfucker do the life. I want to see him get the death penalty. No, put a big buff bitch on his motherfucking neck. How about that? I don't see this as no justice. I don't see this as anything. It's not nothing. It's not shit. You know what I'm saying? Damn, where is Vicky Dillard at? Because I know she's saying some trill shit, but I don't see it because I mean, who's to say? He might get 10 years of vacation package and do the rest of the time on house arrest because the jails is so packed. I don't know how it is out where y'all at, but I know out here niggas is getting sent home. So I don't know. Plus, I like your name, Lady Leo, and thanks for pulling up, Shonda. And 7 word, word to your moms, okay? Thanks for pulling up, straight up. I never cried so hard looking at that man struggling to breathe. It hurt me to the core. I had to explain to my boys what the fuck. And that's what's so disheartening. There's a lot of things that are going on at the same time. And I can't help but think that way. There's a lot of things going on at the same time. At the same time this is going on, right? They're ushering in a whole lot of shit, and I feel like people are easily distracted. And I think that might be why, I don't pull up as much as I do, because I pull back to sit back and watch. If y'all go through my other videos, I haven't covered this like everybody else did. I haven't came through back to back because there's been other shit going on right under our noses, yet the whole world was tuned in to this. You feel what I'm saying? But meanwhile, earlier this morning, I saw, actually it was about 17 hours ago, that the president or the China's leader is ushering some ill shit on us. So I think that, you know, yes, as Black people, as Black women, as Black men, as a Black community, we got shit that we have to do. Right? We can't be playing games. We can't be acting blind to the facts, okay? Like, and we can't be excited over no bullshit like this. Yeah, he's guilty. Bitch, we knew that he was motherfucking guilty. The fuck is you talking about? Now, when's that bitch gonna fry? Okay? Is he gonna get life like my people's getting life? Is he gonna get thrown the book thrown at him like my people's get the book thrown at him? You know what I'm saying? Like, bitch, we knew he was guilty a long motherfucking time ago. We could put the video on right now and tell you he's guilty. Bitch, we knew that he was motherfucking guilty. Now what? Now we gotta wait 8 motherfucking weeks for the sentencing? Like, girl, bye. That ain't nothing to celebrate, okay? That's all I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, they're ushering other shit amongst us right now. Green passes, mandatory vaccinations, and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? All right up under our noses, taking our liberties away, right up under our noses. Our They don't want constitutionalists talking about shit like that. And what did I say now? Why is that important, right? Why is this important? Okay. Yes, Black people got a lot to do, but we have to have the mental capacity to pan out, right? And see that it's a divide and conquer mechanism. Because what they don't want is like our elders, even though, like my auntie said, they were some chumps off in the 60s and 70s. They was a little too high. You know what I'm saying? But and we dropped the ball too after Pac died. You know what I'm saying? Or got murdered. He didn't die. He got murdered, right? But when them Black folks and them white folks got together, okay, and was protesting against the war in Vietnam, they made some shit happen. And that's what they don't want. You know what I'm saying? That's what they don't want. The white folks, y'all gotta, can't no Black person tell no white person how the fuck not to be motherfucking racist. Okay? They don't give a fuck when we talk. So all white folks, you get your motherfucking your Karens, your Auntie Karens, your Uncle Kevins, you know what I'm saying? Your civil world what is that civil war buff, motherfuckers, your patriot uncles, y'all talk to them. The ones that's on our level, y'all talk to y'all family members. And then us Black folks, we gonna get together and handle our business. Because see, the thing is, the LGBT, the white folks, the Spanish, the Asians, the Indians, feather and dot, ain't got no problems coming together, putting their money together, and making some shit happen. We do. We can't get together. We can't. We starting to get together. We're starting to put our shit together. We're starting to get on deck, but we got a lot of work to do. So we still got to focus on our community. We got to focus on growing our shit. My generation got to get on deck for the generation that's coming up behind us, because we getting old quick and they getting older quick too. So we got to, us in our 30s, late 30s, 40s, we got to get our shit motherfucking together real motherfucking fast. Okay? And not only on top of that, there's, like I said, it's layers, right? So then, boom, we got the biggest communities, even within, let's go to the Asian communities. They could band together real quick and make some shit happen. As a matter of fact, they are building off of our civil rights movements. And that's where they fucked up. It's civil rights. Like, everybody was included in our shit. You know what I'm saying? Everybody use our blueprint. You know what I'm saying? Everybody jump off the back of what the fuck we did. Yeah, we don't get no exclusive nothing. Meanwhile, they trying to give Asian reparations and shit. They didn't have no problem giving the Japanese reparations after them internment camps. But they real stingy with the coin, okay, when it comes to us. We need something real specific that caters to our shit, And you see how quick they was banding together talking about all this Asian hate? Ain't no motherfucking Asian hate. Fuck is you talking about that made up shit for? If anything, them bitches is hating on us. They come in our communities, building our communities, get money out of our communities, and take said money and go to white people's zip codes. What are you talking about? What the fuck is you talking about? Like, let's keep it a $1.52 plus tax. Real talk. Like, what are you talking about? Let's keep it a buck, you know. And then not only that, China is building on our heads. They've been building on our heads. These big real estate corporations are owned by them. These corporations are buying our property in real time. They're talking about you will own nothing and you will be happy. Okay? You gotta go to these world forums and World Health Organization sites and the CDC sites and look at what the fuck they're saying to you. Like, we ain't got no time to be playing no motherfucking games. And it ain't about just black and white. Like, we not mad, like I always say. My mom and my family's trying to say I'm racist. Bitch, I ain't racist. Fuck is you talking about? Okay? I'm not mad at Debbie down by the fax machine. Okay? I'm not mad at Crystal at the coffee machine. Okay? I'm mad at her great grandfather. That's who I'm mad at. Her father, nigga, her father. That's who I'm mad at. Okay? Let's keep it a buck. Okay? That's who we mad at. We mad at the systematic things. Okay? Because they willing to bend and break for the LGBT community, yet they use the blueprint for the shit that our ancestors got sprayed with water hose, chased with dogs, beat the fuck up, hung from trees, fired from their jobs for wearing their regular ass hair that grow out the top of their head. Okay, and that's why I be doing the blackest shit that I could do at my job, bitch. Bitch, I'm Wakanda every motherfucking Halloween. Customer service week, bitch, I'm the most blackest motherfucking thing for fucking ever think of. And I want them to say something about it. I want them to say something. Everybody, I'll be the blackest right now. I can go to my desk. I got the Black Panther Party, Malcolm X. I got all of them all on my wall. And I triple dog dare you to do something and say something about it with my Black Panther book right there. Not Black Panther with T'Challa. Okay? I'm talking about the Black Panther Party for the people. Okay? Who was passing out free lunches and shit. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. I be trying to look the most Africanist I could ever African be, bitch. Fuck you talking about? It be all uncomfortable. Uh, uh, we like your outfit, but what are you? What are you? I'm a citizen of Wakanda, motherfucker. Wakanda forever, bitch. Wakanda forever, bitch. Fuck you mean, nigga? Fuck you talking about? Shit, I be doing because my aunt was a principal, a teacher. She was a substitute teacher. I seen her go from a substitute teacher to a teacher to a principal to being on the board of fucking education. And the only time she could wear braids because it was too ethnic is in the summertime. The only time she could wear her fro was in the summertime when school was out. And then she had to go back to relaxers and sew-ins and shit. So that's why I do it for my aunties. I do it for my aunties who had to conform to corporate America. I work in corporate America and I do the blackest shit that I could do. When we got potlucks, bitch, I'm bringing cornbread and greens. When it's Black History Month, I'm posting all the black shit on my desk. All year, and I'm leaving up there all year. Because it ain't just you gonna give us the littlest month of the motherfucking year. And we supposed to be celebrating and shit because this murderous bitch done sat on this grown man's neck. And y'all, we supposed to be juiced because y'all hung about. He motherfucking guilty. Bitch, we knew he was goddamn guilty when we saw the motherfucking video. Oh my God, that's why I don't like to talk about this shit because I be getting too hot. And I be in here yelling. And I don't want to be in here goddamn fucking yelling. Shit, these motherfucking Chinamans and shit is motherfucking moving in on us and shit, buying up all the property, and we sitting up here getting tricked by celebrities. Sierra and her widow ass husband out here talking about get the green pass, bitches, what is up? And we supposed to be celebrating because some shit that we already goddamn fucking knew. Like, girl, Like, and people we just got done reading the medical goddamn apartheid at Real Talking Healthy Food. That's what we do. Fuck you talking about? We read the medical apartheid. We could see when shit is coming to us around these parts. Let me just say that again. We read the medical apartheid over here, okay? And we know when some bitches is trying to plot on us. That's all I'm trying to say. This sound like the Tuskegee Airmen shit all over again. It sounds like that one chapter, y'all, for the Care Bears who know. It sounds like that one chapter. You remember when they was doing the experiments with the plutonium and shit? You remember they was doing them experiments with the X-rays and shit, overexposing them to the X-rays and shit? You remember when they was doing them experiments and shit? Back then, talking about some bad blood, and meanwhile they was squeezing them up with the motherfucking syphilis. You remember when they ruined that man's life in California? He finally got out the South, bagged him a bad bitch, had him some kids, moved out to sunny ass California, got his motherfucking money up, and what they do to that man? What did they do to that black man? Experiment on him. Took his whole spirit away. Took him back in the South where he didn't even want to be. Had me breaking down crying. Fucked up my life. You know why? It reminded me of my father. It reminded me of my dad. Broke his fucking spirit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no patriot or nothing. None of that shit. But I know what it is. You feel what I'm saying? There's been a person in my family who has served in the military in every motherfucking war that this country has fucking been in. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, we could see when there's some shit going on. And I'm not one of them people who's going to be like, oh, well, it's your choice. No, bitch, I'm the bitch that's going to say, don't get that shit, bitch. You're going to die. That's me. That's real talk. That's why I'm censored. That's why I do this for free. Okay? I get off work, I go back to work, bitch. That's what I do. I get a check. I'm good. Okay? What the fuck? The fuck? And whoever is getting ignored. Who the fuck is this? Hold on. Okay, my mom hyped up. She don't know what she's talking about. She a throwback black person. They cool with a little bit of crumbs. They get a little butter biscuits and a little macaroni and cheese on, and they cool with that. I'm not cool with that. I'm not cool with that. When that bitch gonna get the death penalty, bitch? That's when I'm gonna be, oh bitch, whoop this skull. Oh bitch, get the bottles, bitch. That's when I will be hyped, bitch. When that nigga gonna burn, bitch, so I can pull up. Meanwhile, I'm trying to get to the Barclays for DMX. That's another thing. But all I'm saying is we can't be hyped up off of no bullshit when there's other shit going on. These motherfuckers, I showed y'all a few months ago. We was talking about this shit last year. This time last year when they started banning me from every fucking thing. We was talking about green passes here last year. We was ahead of the game. Fuck you mean? That's why they was blocking my ass. Because all I follow, if you fucks with me on Instagram, all I follow is real motherfuckers and revolutionaries, bitch, and a couple comedians. Okay? That's why you need to fuck with some motherfuckers like me. Because I be on the shits. When I be off in the cut and you don't see me, you better believe I got my good eye. No, that look like Illuminati. I got my good eyes glued to the motherfucking factual actuals, bitch. Because every time it's shiny right here and woo 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 right here, I mean them hoes is plotting on you. What the fuck you think they got that get squeezed up with chemical sponsors for? And look at the people they got. They got J-Lo, Lady Demon Ass Gaga, and I used to love that bitch too. That's what sucked though. That bitch still saved my life. I gotta give her props. But anyway, that's another story. They got J-Lo, traitor ass John Legend. They got a whole bunch of motherfuckers on there that don't give a fuck about you, me, or your mama, okay? And what they don't talk about is how people are dying within hours of getting this shit. Now, I'm not going, we supposed to be talking about the fucking court case, and I'm about to get up off of here because, bitch, I'm hot, I'm mad now. Okay. And I'm just gonna have to go. And I'm all loud and shit. And I be telling my roommates, y'all gotta be quiet, y'all be too loud. But bitch, like I'm salty. You know what I'm saying? We got a whole bunch of other shit going on. And watch them for the people that do watch the news. Watch this shit be on repeat all goddamn night, all goddamn morning tomorrow, all week long. But they gonna be whispering real quiet about what's that fool's name? Let me get his name. Let me go to my history. It ain't gonna take long at all. You ain't about to trick me, bitch. I don't know what his name is. Is it Zai? Is XI? The leader of China? This guy? That guy? This guy? These motherfuckers. You know what they got going on? Let me put you on to some shit. They got whole shit is face recognition. That TikTok shit and them little doggy ears and all that shit that they be putting on their faces and shit like that. All that shit is to get you comfortable with face recognized shit. You want to know why? Because in a minute, that's why you got to get your seeds while you can. If you're in a state where you could get seeds, if you don't know how to grow shit, try to learn. If you don't know how to do that and you just like, man, fuck it, I just don't know. I can't do it. Every time you go to the, I'm gonna say this on every goddamn video. Start get if you got somebody in your life that was stupid enough to get the shot, use them dummies, okay? Because they can get you in the grocery store, bitch. You can send them out there with a list, okay? But I'm just saying, for those who don't know how to grow, watch City Preppers, okay? Watch City Preppers, okay? That's a good source. He keeps it nice and funky and simple. If you got some land, utilize that fucking land. You know what I'm saying? If you in a place where you get seeds, start learning how to grow. Get a water distiller, get shit like that, because they're gonna start applying pressure. They're gonna make the shit so motherfucking uncomfortable for people like me, for people like y'all. If you on the same page as I'm on, because I'm not doing shit. I'm not gonna comply. And I'm trying to work my ass off to keep my fucking job. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to do everything fucking right that I fucking can to keep my job. I'm not gonna comply. I'm not going on mask. I'm not doing none of that shit. I'm not doing none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? And they don't like motherfuckers like me. Them fact checkers and all that fake ass shit. So I'm just saying, get your prep on, get you a bug out bag for you and your motherfucking babies, okay? And just so you can snatch it up and be ready to go. You know what I'm saying? I was thinking about that last night too, but I've been kind of more focused on getting my garden together. You know what I'm saying? But because I'm in a spot where I don't want to just go for where I'm at, because I work for my landlord, so I'm good money. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm at. You feel what I'm saying? If shit hit the fan. But if you ain't got no property and you're in a position to get the property now. You know what I'm saying? If you've been fumbling and stumbling, it's been hard for people looking for property. It has. It really has. So look for some property and get in there while you can, while the getting is fucking good. For real. Like I'm looking for property right fucking now. So I don't want to go from here to no apartment. I want to go here to some shit that's mine, because these corporations are buying out the land as we speak. So you can think it's a game, you can think it's funny, you can spend your little stimulus on some bullshit, and you can think you ill and you borrowing $1,000. Okay? You could think you balling with $1,000. Okay? Which ain't shit, by the way. I'm telling you, get in while the getting is fucking good, because it's about to get real ugly out this bitch. And instead of investing in a apartment, now if you can't, don't be breaking your pockets trying to, but make sure if your family with the shit and you cool with your fam, and y'all motherfuckers with the shit, come up with you a plan. You know what I'm saying? Where you could be good. Watch City Preppers. I cannot stress that enough. There's Canadian preppers, there's City Preppers, and another dude. And I watched this crazy old lady too. Damn, I can't remember her name. But once you start getting into it, start doing that shit now. Start researching that now. I got a video on my channel talking about a $5 garden, okay? How you can get your shit together for $5, okay? Like for real. This is when I start losing people. But I'm serious, you know what I'm saying? Start getting water distillers, start prepping your shit. Every time you go to the grocery, get you some extra dry food. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure that you stay on that because this green pass shit is fucking real. When I seen Joe Biden and old dude from trying to shake hands, that's when I knew, oh yeah, they with the shits. They with the shits. So, you know, it's not just about black and white. It's about all us because they partner on all us. Okay? But it is black and white. It is black and white. But don't forget that is a divide and conquer mechanism. Don't forget they got trained Marxists, okay, plotting on us. Don't forget that they have psyops. They have these staged scenarios that they use against regular people, regular you, regular me that just got off work, okay, and regular Debbie and Keith, the white boys, the white couple across the street, okay. And I'm not talking about people like who can I think of? RuPaul or T.S. Madison. I'm not talking about them. I'm not mad at them. I'm talking about Harry Head, you know, the Chester molester. Okay, them is the motherfuckers I'm mad at. You feel what I'm saying? And people just fall in line with the bullshit that's being presented in front of them without a thought or a care in the world. And they just admitted on the fucking thing the other day. Hold on, let me play it for you real quick. Because fuck Derek Chauvin. That bitch gonna get his. At the end of the day, if he think for a second, I'm not religious at all. Okay? I do believe in the Lord. Yes, I do. Yes, the fuck I do. But he believes is gonna get his. Please no. He is not rested. Okay? Please know his soul is tortured. Believe that. Believe that. Hold on right quick. Let me get that little video for y'all right quick and play it for y'all. Because we done moved on to another subject. Okay? Get your beans and rice. Get your pasta. What you said. Get your beans, rice, pasta. Get you some bottled waters that you just don't touch. Learn how to clean water. You know what I'm saying? All kind of shit. Like this dude on City Preppers, he got the ill fucking thing of food, all the pasta, all the oatmeal, all the shit, and show you how to keep up with that shit. I even learned from the community, okay, that you might even want to invest in like mothballs and shit like that, because when shit sit over time, it attracts different kind of bugs. You know what I'm saying? So you want to, you know, protect your shit and find a good way to store your shit. And like, if you already are a gardener, learn how to can, learn how to jar your food, learn how to freeze dry your food, learn how to preserve that shit, and let them motherfuckers call you whatever. Let them call you racist, let them call you a weirdo, let them call whatever. When they raggedy asses ain't on deck and you strapped up and you ready to blow whoever away over your shit because you been ready, then that's it. And then you got to be ready to trade with they treacherous asses. You know what I'm saying? You got to be ready. Okay, in case this nigga come through, okay, I got this, so I could, you know, so you could barter and shit. Okay, I got this, so I'm gonna give you this for this, and you know, maybe if you do this work, then I'll get you this type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like the days are old. But where's that video that I saved? Because at the end of the day, it always goes back to this. It always goes back to this. Because they use a little stupid bullshit. When have them motherfuckers ever gave a fuck about us? Please answer me that. Please let me know. Because I really want to know. I have no idea. I need somebody to tell me. Where is that damn video? Bam, bam, bam. Here it is. Project Veritas did it again. Here we go. Listen at this. I got this off of my revolutionary friends. Follow this guy. He'll get you right.
like a lot of like fear.
Fear sells. If it bleeds, leads.
If it bleeds, it leads.
Gangbusters are real, right? Which is why we have to definitely decide. No one ever says those things out loud, but it's the numbers simply don't lie. The new coronavirus numbers are getting worse at a bad time.
We need to make it clear to them that the vaccine is the ticket back to pre-pandemic life.
Fear really drives us. Fear is the thing that keeps us away.
Because otherwise, if everything is reopened, then what's the carrot going to be? How are we going to incentivize people to actually get the vaccine?
Did you hear what she said?
The CDC.
Did you hear what she said? Did you hear what she said? She probably wasn't even supposed to say that though. Hold on, I gotta run that back.
Otherwise, if everything is reopened, then what's the carrot going to be? How are we going to incentivize people to actually get the vaccine? So that's why I think the CDC and the Biden administration needs to come out a lot bolder and say, if you're vaccinated, you can do all these things. Here are all these freedoms that you have. Because otherwise, people are going to go out and enjoy these freedoms anyway.
Admit your network is helping certain candidates for political office. Why hide it, Charlie?
Y'all be twisting up the story.
Tell me what you think about what's going on.
About this, all the press and all the extra shit y'all do makes this worse. Yes.
You never have the courage to say publicly what they will say privately.
Because they know the regular people beat the brakes off their ass. That's why.
The media in this country is the problem. CNN's not going to cover the truth. They're going to repeat the lies because that's what propaganda outlets do. There's a manufacturing of consent. People are being lied to, and it's disgraceful.
So that's what's on the thing. Now, please don't forget that sometimes they do that double talk where, you know, because at the end of the day, them Democrats, them Republicans are hand in hand together. Okay, so just keep that in mind. But even though this, you know, Trump was kicking some facts, and I don't give a fuck how anybody feel about it. He was telling us about these motherfuckers. China is coming to take over in the whole nine. I got another video I wanted to show y'all. Hold on. Let me just show you this one more thing. Let me just show you this. Okay, hold on. Here we go.
The Centers for Disease Control have updated their death counts for coronavirus and reveal yet again that COVID-19 is rarely the actual cause of death among coronavirus patients. According to the CDC themselves, of the 220,000 deaths attributed to coronavirus, 87,000 of them died from pneumonia and influenza. Another 17,000 died from chronic respiratory diseases, and 26,000 died from respiratory distress syndrome. 44,000 patients died from hypertensive diseases, 23,000 died from heart disease, and a whopping 28,000 died from cardiac arrest and heart failure. Yet all of these, even patients who died from heart attacks, were marked down as dying from the coronavirus. Doctors who spoke.
Y'all remember, my Care Bears, y'all remember last year when this first happened, April of last year, when they kept blocking my live, and I was telling y'all fools, these nurses and doctors are coming out and telling everybody that, yo, they're labeling everybody. You remember, I don't know if y'all was there, but my down Care Bears know when I had that infection in my mouth, in my tooth, and they was trying to say that I had a fucking coronavirus and I almost fucking died, and I had to go to the other hospital to get, and I ended up in surgery. Yeah. So here goes another part.
Place of death, you'll see that some 10,000 patients who died from COVID were on hospice care, meaning they were terminally ill to begin with and were already expected to die. Doctors tell One American News that all of these patients were critically ill and likely died from their pre-existing conditions without any help from the coronavirus. However, they explain that the CARES Act, passed by Congress in March, gives hospitals a 20% bonus on their diagnosis-related group paid for by Medicare. Essentially, that means doctors are being paid to list deaths as coronavirus without.
You remember when I showed y'all the video of the doctors who, when they get like one person, if they get COVID-19, I think it was like an age gap. I can't remember. I had to drink my sorrows away. But anyway, Like if one person gets diagnosed with it, they get like $16,000. But if they could get them on that breathing machine, that makes you breathe, that breathing shit, they get $39,000 on each patient. And the longer they stay, the more they get paid. You remember that shit? And they deleted my shit, and they kept taking my video down, and I had to put the bottle of the beers up to kind of trick motherfuckers to watch the video, and then they stop my subscribers. That during that time, now the shit is coming out
without any indication the patient's death was actually COVID related. CDC backs these numbers up, explaining that coronavirus itself is responsible for just 6% of all deaths listed as coronavirus related. The other 94% of deaths are due to pre-existing comorbidities, including serious illnesses and advanced. And according to the CDC,
Oh, let me go to the next one.
Age. However, despite this report being officially published by the CDC, so far the mainstream media have completely ignored it, instead continuing to hype a pandemic that seems less dangerous every day. Age.
Bam, shakalaka. I'm just saying, y'all, this is some bullshit. And you want to know what let me know too? I swear to you, my desk is like the other way at my job. I work in the city. I could see the hospitals right from my window. Like, say this is my desk right here. Boom, there's the window. I look this way, next to the medical district, right there. Right there. When that 2-year-old girl got shot, in the next 30 minutes is on the news. The news is 2 blocks from my job. I go get off work. When I walk home sometimes, I walk right past the news. WDRB, there it is. Right there, bitch. That's how close I am. I can wait outside and be like, yo, what's up? Why y'all bitches lying? Like I could really do that. Like for real, right? Look out my window. Boom. Them hospitals was empty than a motherfucker. Than a motherfucker. My brother worked for the city. We all work for the city. Okay. Girl, I'm talking about what my brother do is hella gross. He should have been kicked the bucket ages ago. I should have been in the mental institution for my brother kicking the bucket over some bullshit. For real. And at the time my brother was working on DoorDash and doing the Instacart for Kroger, okay? Girl, we was all around the city. We went to all the hospitals. We personally drove everywhere. Them bitches was empty than a motherfucker. Let me give you an example. You remember? Let's just pick a year. Let's just pick one. 2016. You go to the hospital. You really fucked up. You really can't breathe. You really got pneumonia in real motherfucking life. You be sitting in that bitch about ready to die, waiting 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours just to be rushed out there, rushed out the fucking hospital and barely treated. Bitch, when I went for my motherfucking my fucking infection, bitch, they zoomed my ass back there. I ain't never been, because I spent a whole lot of my life without health insurance, so I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Bitch, I got medical bills sky high, bitch, because I didn't know shit. I was just out here thrown to the wolves. You feel me? So anytime I got sick, I was in the hospital. Bitch, got to be ready to fucking die, waiting 3 and 4 motherfucking hours just to see a doctor. Bitch, corona hit, bitch, you zoom into the back, in and out within the hour, bitch. The last time I was there, before I got one of my root canals, I gotta get another one. Lord bless these teeth. Uh, but you know, I was in and out, bitch. I was in there at 8, out by 10:30. Prescription in hand and all, ready to go. The fuck are you talking about? That shit is some bullshit. And I'm not gonna be shy about saying it. They're gonna put the fact checker shit on there. They're gonna fuck with the algorithm and the whole nine. Bitch, I'm used to it. I've been telling these motherfuckers. I'm not gonna stop saying it. I'm not gonna stop. I can't stop. Stop. Bitch, telling the motherfucking truth out this bitch. Because y'all not about to keep tricking my partners. You got me fucked up. And I hate the fact that people be seeing George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Sandra Bland, that one sister that got shot and her baby got shot too. The one sister out Baltimore that went out hard. You know what I'm saying? All these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Trayvon Martin. The list goes on and on. We got names from now all the way back to goddamn Emmett Till. Okay? We got hella motherfuckers, long list of fucking names. And you mean to tell me them same motherfuckers, right, who is killing this in the street, you trust them same motherfuckers with your help? Girl, you got to be the biggest dummy. What did I was listening to William Cooper predicting 9/11, and this nigga said you got to be the stupidest idiot to walk the motherfucking planet Earth. Get out of here with that stupid shit. Like they say it's a great awakening, but I don't know. The people around me seem real slick. Look at her.
The Sainsbury's in Open, and she have a heart problem. She got a doctor and they give her the COVID injection, and that's how it leave her. That is my daughter workmate.
What that one doctor said? Oh, I had it ready for y'all too. He said, Dr. What's it called? I'm gonna play the video because I researched it myself, but I don't want to fuck my live up because my topic is already too touchy. But you can look it up. I'm gonna let you know which doctor it is. Dr. something Yeadon. She don't have the name on here. I'm gonna play his professor. It's Professor Yeadon. I can't pause this. I'm gonna let the white girl read it to you, but his name is Professor Yeadon, and he makes an announcement in regards to the what to call it. So I'm gonna let her play it.
Immediately on receipt of the first injection, around 0.8% of people die within 2 weeks. Survivors have a life expectancy of 2 years on average. This is decreased with every top-up or booster injection. Down the bottom, billions are already condemned to certain unchangeable and agonizing deaths. Each person who has the injection will certainly die prematurely in 3 years is a generous estimate. Please share. All right.
Okay, and let me tell you, like, yeah, I got some people I know who took the shit, but I'm just like, I want to speak it upon them, but we already know, right? What niggas got to get ready for. But I feel like it ain't no surprise that some of my co-workers, peoples, is just kicking the bucket back to back to back. Okay, and so my customers that I be talking to and shit, they older ladies. That one lady told y'all on my Instagram live when I was on my lunch break, right after I got done talking to her. She was the third customer who said they're not talking about it on the news. She said I had to sleep sitting up in my kitchen chair because I didn't want anything to touch me because it felt like my skin was on fire. And we already saw the one dude whose skin got burnt up by the shit. Hold on. And we can't forget old weirdo Bill Gates talking about depopulation and shit. And we cannot negate the fact that his father worked for Planned Parenthood and was a part of that what's the word, y'all? What's the word? The depopulation plan, but they had another little program going on with that other racist white lady who was part of the KKK. That's why when these situations happen, I done got distracted. I'm gonna show y'all another video to make my point. That's why they got rappers and black and celebrities. Eugenics. Thank you, girl. Thank you. His father was part of the eugenics program. They love that shit. They bout that life. As a matter of fact, let me hit this in the background so I don't miss my point. This is my point, and I'm gonna go to the other part. Look, this fucking traitor.
Says it's good, trust me, it's good. Y'all let's all get the vaccine. On rock, there is none higher. DMC, I will inspire.
What a fucking joke and a disappointment. And did you hear what Obama's treacherous ass had said earlier? Let me drive my other point home and then I'm gonna take it to the next one. Hold on, while I'm thinking about it. Obama's treacherous ass. And I knew you couldn't trust his black ass the night he got elected. While they over there, my president's black. No, he ain't. No, he ain't. No, he ain't. Mm-mm. I ain't seen him nowhere in sight at the motherfucking barbecue. As a matter of fact, I revoked his black card personally. So I don't know what the fuck they talking about. Hold on. Let me pull this up. Oh, Johnson. Hold on, let me find it. Oh man, let me see if I can find it. Talking about if celebrities is telling you it's if these celebrities is telling you to do it, then you know it's a good idea. Bitch, if a celebrity telling you to do it, then that's your perfect time to start running, bitch. That's when you start running. That's when you look away. That's when you start looking around like, oh shit, bitch, I think it's time for me to go. Hold on, let me see. I can find it a lot quicker if I do it like this. No, not like that. Not like that. Give me a second, y'all. I'm all hyped up and shit. Hold on, let me see. I'm gonna just go to Lovely T. She's a dependable black news resource. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Let me find it. Hold on, 2 seconds. 2 seconds. I know right where it's at, too.
It's like, what the hell are they're saying that they're only a flu shot?
18th for a special night of entertainment on NBC.
Oh, here's the commercial. Come on.
Of attention and Civic Nation on April 18th for a special night of entertainment on NBC.
Sierra and her traitor ass husband. Girl, I thought they said Lil Kim. I was about to be high.
Tune into Roll Your Sleeves at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and learn more at madeToSave.org.
Roll up your sleep. Here he is.
I appreciate you guys doing this.
Shout out to Lovely T.
Is to make sure that everybody who's been going through so much in COVID understands the need and the urgency of our communities getting vaccinated. Michelle and I, we've been lucky. Michelle's mom, she just stayed put in Chicago, didn't leave her apartment.
Did you notice the black scent he got now? You know, he got the black scent now. He talking to us like how I be like, thank you so much for calling. This is Amanda. Well, I almost gave you my name. This is your girl. How can I assist you today, Miss Johnson? Yeah, now he like, yo, what up? She down off in Chicago, staying in the house, y'all. You feel me?
The girls, as frustrating as it was, they, really followed protocol in terms of making sure that they took this seriously. Now, as the vaccine becomes more available, I want to make sure that our communities, particularly ones African American, Latino, as well as young people, understand that this will save lives and allow people to get their lives back to normal. And the sooner we get more people vaccinated, the better off we're going to be. As I get my second vaccine shot tomorrow, I cannot wait. I think it's important for us to keep talking about the vaccine. So I'm telling all my friends, man, forget what happened back in the day. Every black person, please go out and get vaccinated. I am vaccinated. My family has underlying conditions that are also. I'm not worried about me or my family. I'm worried about the average mom and dad. First of all, a lot of underlying conditions, things like diabetes, folks who've got pre-existing conditions. There is more of that in communities of color than there is generally, which means we're more vulnerable.
Why though? Why? Why don't they never go into why the fuck that is an issue. Maybe it got something to do with them slave plates. You know how we like to have fried chicken at every goddamn meal, a side of pork at every meal. Can't eat no salad without bacon bits. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it got something to do with that slave plate. They forcing down our throats. You know what I'm saying? No pre-existing conditions. Don't you, when you go to your granny or your mom Duke's or your auntie house, you know what I'm saying? They go down to the doctor, telling them lay off the Snickers, lay off the Reese cups, lay off the Coca-Cola, maybe fall back off the Newports, maybe stop fucking drinking all that, putting all that sugar in your motherfucking Kool-Aid, maybe limit your pork intake to maybe once every other week. You know, maybe have oatmeal instead of bacon, eggs, and fucking toast every fucking morning. Maybe instead of the holidays, always having go slab of whatever dead animal you capture and your cholesterol ridden ass macaroni and cheese. You know what I'm saying? And your ham and your turkey and all these dead ass products on your motherfucking plate. Maybe that might, assist with your diabetes. Diabetes don't stem from no hereditary shit. Diabetes. Now, I'm not no super scientist and shit like that. We are genetically predisposed to have issues. But when you make unhealthy decisions, then you have a better chance of fucking yourself up quicker. Okay? So we can't be surprised if we end up with diabetes and shit like that if we're not making better choices, right? Duh. It's not the disease that's hereditary, it's the diet that's hereditary. That's what's hereditary. And look how they changed the narrative from, oh, this stemmed from Wuhan in China and la 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 la, to now the focus is on us. And they're using these weak ass celebrities and black entertainers to coerce us into some bullshit. If this don't sound like that bad blood, hold on, bitch. I mean, goddamn, where's my goddamn book? Where the fuck is my book? Where's the medical apartheid? I got all these books in the way. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. This is here it is. Under the plate up. I don't know why I brought all of these over here with me, but I just did. Hold on, girl. Hold on. If this don't sound like hold on, y'all. I'm gonna find it too. It's either chapter 5 or chapter 6. Not the surgical theater. The perilous trial. We're going to do. No, Taco, give me 1 second, y'all. Hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna find that shit. Nah, we read that chapter. This sounds just like the chapter we read. Oh, that's James Marion Sims. No, we got way ahead of that. Mm-mm. Oh, the Restless Dead. So that's when they was digging the slaves out, the black bodies out the graves. Okay, this is diagnosis free. Oh my God, I'm gonna find it, y'all. I'm gonna find it. I don't give a fuck. This sounds just like that one chapter we read. To preserve the health, that can have free black Ziosin or suffer dramatically high rates from every known disease. Aha. Okay. This is going into it, but I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it. Okay. Okay, so this is in regard to the census, right? and it'll reveal that, check this out, see if you don't see no parallels. Okay. Uh, um, this is the census, enumerated 17 million Americans, of whom 3 million were black. But far more important, it revealed that free blacks suffered far worse health, especially far worse mental health than it did enslaved blacks, who enjoyed low rates of disease and suffered almost no mental illness. They're saying that the free slaves was more fucked up than the slaves, okay? The free black folks, not the free slaves. The free black folks was diseased and was riddled with mental illness, right? These data bolstered pro-slavery arguments by providing copious statistical proof that slavery was essential to preserve the health of blacks. Printed in 1841 under the aegis of the U.S. Department of State, the documents seem to be a very model of objectivity, offering dense and orderly rows and columns of numbers collected by census takers, bitch, without salient bias. Census data consistently documented how free blacks died sooner and suffered dramatically higher rates from every known disease, including tuberculosis, malaria, pellagra, which we learned was some bullshit. Okay, Peligro. Then we learned that was some bullshit. And the final stages of syphilis, which they injected, which that was the chapter that I was looking for. The census also revealed high rates of miscarriage and infant mortality among free blacks, that in turn were ascribed to blacks higher rate of sexual immorality and sexual transmitted disease. The census data posted madness as the most dramatic indicator of black helplessness. And that was because when they was free, they wasn't getting no action, no money, no land, no nothing. They would just sit out there dry as fuck and couldn't figure out their way. That's why. Um, um, the North and South held equivalent rates of insane and idiot whites, but not of mentally defective blacks. One out of every 1,558 blacks in the South was an idiot or insane. Okay. But one out of every 144 Northern blacks had similar mental problems. I wonder how that is. Okay. Thus, mental defects were 11 times more common among free blacks in the North than among slaves. I wonder how that happened. Okay, even the northern state with the lowest percentage of insane blacks, New Jersey, had twice the black insanity rate of Delaware, the southern state with the highest rate. Girl, bye. What is that one chapter? Um, mm, 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 mm. I want to find it. That advertisement. Did I write it in the notes? Hold on, yeah. I want to find that shit. They were talking about bad blood and shit. She had an advertisement. I think it was chapter 6. Is it chapter 6? The chapters are super long. It was a hard read, man. For multiple reasons, it was a hard read. What chapter is this one? Diagnosis freedom. So if this is 6, then that means it's before. If this is chapter 6, then that means that this is before this. Okay. Oh my God, but y'all getting my point. I don't want to go too deep. I don't want to go too deep into the book and lose y'all. Because I'm trying to research this book here. I think it's at the parts where I kept folding it. Oh man, I can't find it. I found it. I found it. Eureka, motherfuckers. Okay. Some time ago, you were given an examination. This is the advertisement that they had when they was injecting them with syphilis. Okay. Some time ago, you were given a thorough examination, and since that time, we hope you have gotten a great deal of treatment for bad blood. You will now be given your last chance to get a second examination. Don't this sound a little familiar? um your second examination, this examination is a very special one, and after it is finished, you will be given a special treatment if it's believed that you are in a condition to stand it. Remember, this is your last chance, in capital letters. This is your last chance for special free treatment. Be sure to meet a nurse when other thought when another, now this is her getting into the action, okay? When another throng appeared seeking the second examination, the PHS ran the spinal taps and selected 399 men with syphilis as subjects to observe. Again, doctors dispensed inadequate medicines such as aspirin, which was craved as a miracle drug by the overworked, sickly men who marveled at how assuaged their omnipresent aches and pains because they were overworked and exhausted. And you give them some a little bit of relief, they gonna be like, "Oh shit, that's the best shit ever." Okay, but let's go back a little bit. The physicians ran very. This is chapter, it's either 6 or 7, page 162. The physicians ran various tests while telling the men that they were being treated for the nebulous disorder bad blood, which commonly referred to a wide array of symptoms from anemic blood to muscle aches, general malaise, disorders such as parasitic infections, probably because of the foods that they were eating, and I'm sure the pigs wasn't treated right, or the animals that they were eating. Okay, gonorrhea, syphilis, and other venereal diseases. Doctors dispense treatment in the form of vitamins, ineffectual doses of arsenic, and worse than useless mercury solve, okay, to those they suspected of having syphilis. Mercury had been used to treat syphilis for centuries, but as described in chapter 1, it was ineffectual and caused devastating side effects such as injury to the nervous system, profound mental deficits, hair and tooth loss, kidney, heart disease, and lung injury. However, doctors withheld the state of the art treatment for syphilis, which in 1932 consisted of arsenic compounds such as arsphenine and neoarsphenine, also known by their trade names as Solversan or 606. These were developed by German biocist Paul Elric in 1910 and were typically partnered with mercury ointments as an adjuvant therapy. Okay? Now, don't that sound real familiar to y'all? And let's not negate the fact this was cracking in 1932. Well, that's when they got their acknowledgement. When Bill Clinton was in office, that's when they got their action. In 1995, Dr. Henry Foster's nomination as Surgeon General was derailed by accusations, which he does not denies, that he attended a meeting where the Tuskegee syphilis study was discussed, and the result media upward castigated Foster for failing to denounce or end the study. Foster denied knowing anything about the study before the news media exposed it in 1972 because these two guys, they got together, um, and they got a panel of doctors to discuss that they been had a cure for the shit. Okay, and then let's skip ahead. Um, I'm gonna get to the chapter. I'm gonna get to the paragraph, y'all. So we get to the point, and I get to the real point. Arrogant man because of the study of admiration. So also I can see as much about the cultural consequences of the study. Uh, hold on, y'all. Okay, here we go. I think I found it. The surveys often frame questions that are limited. IO children to consider newspaper and journal. Excellent. Oh, I think I'm right around the corner. I'm right around the corner. Where the hell is it? Oh, okay. I think I went too quick. I went right past it. I went right past it, y'all. Hold on. I know where it's at. I'm real close. I'm this close. I'm super close. Oh my goodness. I can't believe I'm so close and I cannot find it. Oh man. Okay. Oh. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. All I gotta do is see one word, and I know I got it. Hold on, because it was in the 90s. I think I might skip ahead just a tinge. Hold on. Oh, thank you for being super patient with me, y'all. Falsehood emanated. Furthermore, this was. Did y'all get the point? But I just got to read this to drive it home, girl. Dang, full. I might have went past it, but y'all get my point, right? I hope y'all feeling me on this. Um, and I mean, y'all get the point. I drove it home with the advertisement. I drove it home, but I was looking for Bill Clinton's quote where they honored the ones who was alive, the ones who made it all the way to the 90s when they was old as shit. Okay. After the recommendations ended the panel in 1972, its participants and their families began to receive medical treatment. Macon County Attorney Fred Gray filed a $1.8 billion class action civil lawsuit on July 23rd, 1973, which named defendants HEW and PHS and the CDC, the state of Alabama, and the Milbank Fund, as well as several individual PHS officers and a few dondos to cover any unknown malfactors. The suit resulted in a 1974 out of court settlement for more than $10 million. It yielded a mere $37,500 for each living study participant, 15,000 for its heirs, and nearly 1 million in legal fees for Gray, which was deducted from the payments made to the men. The living control group members received even less. Okay. Um, so I mean, I wish I could find that thing with that janky ass apology that Bill Clinton gave, and then what they do, they didn't give them no dust. They don't want to never give us no money. What they did was they ended up building a school. Um, they ended up building a school. So for this fuckhead to get on live national ass TV, and that's not even a tinge of what they actually had gone through. Okay. Um, being relegated as some fucking sexual deviant and things like that. They, for him, this big bald headed dummy to get on the fucking TV and talk about on the cell phone or on the internet or whatever with Obama's old stupid, treacherous ass. to say, oh, forget about the past. Bitch, how are we going to forget about the past?
There is more of that in communities of color than there is generally, which means we're more vulnerable. Number two, a lot of young people think, well, you know what, even if I get COVID, it's going to be like a bad cold. But part of what we're seeing now is there's a different strain of the virus has come over. That's now the dominant variant, and it's actually hitting young people harder than the original version. We don't know the kinds of long-term effects that we're having.
Why? Because it's the time of year when people get pneumonia?
6 months later, they're still not feeling quite right. Part of the reason to get vaccinated is because it makes everybody safer. And it's the same reason why, by the way, we don't have things like polio anymore. Measles used to kill people all the time. The reason we don't see that is because kids get vaccine before they even go to school. The last point I'll make, Chuck, you mentioned history about things like Tuskegee. The irony is when you know about the Tuskegee experiment, what was going on there was the government withheld treatment that was available for black men for syphilis. It wasn't that they made them sick by giving them medicine. It's that they didn't give them medicine they need.
How did they get the syphilis?
A situation where if the medicine's available, we need to take it. And look, if the wealthy and the powerful in our society are all lining up to get shots, that means everybody should know it's a good thing to get.
All right, so you guys just saw the clip.
Shout out to Lovely T. Please go follow Lovely T. Tea Time Unfiltered with Lovely T. They're even shadow banning her. So please support her anchor, which I haven't started my anchor yet. But please support her anchor because she can only show portions of her show. And the reason why I shout her out so much on my channel is because she is a reliable news resource who is a black journalist. Okay, she does her research, she does her thing, and I rely on her information, and I have for I've been watching Lovely T for an extremely long time. I'm almost in some double digits, I think. But I mentioned that just to point out, like, this, I'm not pulling shit out of my ass and presenting it to you. I'm telling you real shit so you can be on deck. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not where I want to be and all that. No, I'm not balling in the mix or none of those things. I'm none of those things. I probably will never be one of those, any of those things. Nor do I want to be those things. I don't want to be, I don't want to be, I don't want to be part of that shit no more. Been there, done that. It's not worth it. Believe me, trust me. Because you could be a rich dummy all day long, all day strong. I had another point, but before I get there, I wanted to show you this other video, and I'm right around the corner from it. Because I watch this shit and I research it and I pull it up and I look it up very thoroughly. What I wanted to show you before that. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Exactly where I was looking for.
The U.S. government told us all that swine flu could turn out to be a killer. It could spread across the nation. And Washington decided that every man, woman, and child in the nation should get a shot to
Oh, shit. Sorry, y'all.
Prevent a nationwide outbreak, a pandemic. 46 million of us obediently took the shot. And now 4,000 Americans are claiming damages from Uncle Sam amounting to $3.5 billion because of what happened when they took that shot. By far the greatest number of the claims, 2/3 of them, are for neurological damage or even death, allegedly triggered by the flu shot. We picked up the story back in 1976 when the threat posed by the swine flu virus seemed very real indeed.
This virus was the cause of a pandemic in 1918 and 1919 that resulted in over 500,000 deaths in the United States, as well as 20 million deaths around the world.
See how easy it is. Thus, the U.S. government's publicity machine was put into action.
Publicity machine. We're gonna pause right there. Let me read something to y'all. Y'all want to know what else happened in 1918? When shit like that happened, it's multi-layered. Okay, that's what I'm having a hard time verbalizing, or maybe I'm verbalizing it right and not realizing it. When shit like this happened, it's multi layer. Let's talk about what happened in 1918. You're going to have to go back if you want the full throttle action to my old ass video. This time last year when I was talking about the Rona, just look at a whole bunch of bottles. Look for the video where they got a bunch of bottles, Heineken, and then the Corona bottles trying to get near it. Okay, it was a little jokey joke. I don't know if hopefully I'm not crying in that one, but it was a hard time during that time. It was a really hard time. Wireless was one of the myriad novel technologies employed during World War I. It created new spaces for communications at sea and in the air as well as the ability to coordinate mobile units during battle. By 1918, advances in wireless technology had laid the groundwork for communication strategies during World War II. Doesn't that sound familiar? During that worldwide pandemic, they're laying down groundwork for communications. And then during this pandemic, you see 5G towers popping up every the fuck where. They say I think too much. The electric telegraph, the telephone, wireless radio, and the light bulb would completely change how the world would conduct warfare. Now, I ain't mad at no light bulbs. I'm just saying. At the break of World War I, each side had many different communication options. Okay? Although communication systems remained quite primitive during the war compared to today's standards, there were significant improvements by 1918. For example, early model continuous wave CW wireless radio sets, spark or loop sets were a great development on systems communications. Okay? So this is what here we go. Facts that improved during the pandemic. Russia, France, Germany, and the UK, among others, put centralized healthcare systems in place, while the United States adopted employer-based insurance plans. Both systems expand access to healthcare for general population in the years following the pandemic. Now, for those who was here for those weeks that we was reading the medical apartheid, how they started popping up hospitals close to grave sites where the medical grave diggers could pull bodies, black bodies, out of their graves for autopsies. So this shit be multi-layered, okay? So I just wanted to point that out to you, what was going on in 1918. Let's go to the what you call it, and what you call it. I'm losing my words because I be so excited trying to find shit. Hold on, y'all. when I'm putting shit together. It was the flu pandemic. Hold on, y'all. I almost got it. I'm just typing all crazy and I can't get the letters that I want. Okay. B. Technology. Bear with me. Technology. Okay. Okay, let's go to the video until I can find it. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't want to keep y'all waiting. I want to show you the rest of the video.
Urge all America to protect itself against the swine flu menace.
Influenza is serious.
Let's rewind it back.
Easy it is to
Thus, the U.S.
For 500,000 deaths in the United States, as well as 20 million deaths around the world.
see how easy it is to
Thus, the U.S. government's publicity machine was cranked into action to urge all America to protect itself against the swine flu menace.
Influenza is serious business. During major flu epidemics, millions of people are sick and thousands die. Well, this year you can get protection. Vaccines are safe, easy to take, and they can protect you against flu. So roll up your sleeve. Protect yourself.
One of those who did roll up her sleeve was Judy Roberts. She was perfectly healthy, an active woman, when in November of 1976, she took her shot. 2 weeks later, she says, she began to feel a numbness starting up her legs.
I joked about it at that time. I said I'll be numb to the knees by Friday if this keeps up. By the following week, I was totally paralyzed.
So completely paralyzed, in fact, that they had to operate on her to enable her to breathe. And for 6 months, Judy Roberts was a quadriplegic. The diagnosis? A neurological disorder called Guillain-Barré syndrome, GBS for short. These neurological diseases are little understood. They affect people in different ways. As you can see in these home movies taken by a friend, Judy Roberts' paralysis confined her mostly to a wheelchair for over a year. But this disease can even kill. Indeed, there are 300 claims now pending from the families of GBS victims who died, allegedly as a result of the swine flu shot. In other GBS victims, the crippling effects diminish and all but disappear. But for Judy Roberts, progress back to good health has been painful and partial. Now, I noticed that your Judy is a little bit constricted.
Let me show you one more thing. And I'm gonna wrap it up and get out of here. I gotta go for my walk. Want to show you one more thing because all this shit go hand in hand. Please, like in the word of Public Enemy, can't trust it. Oh no. That should be my new theme song. Oh shit. Okay. Oh, if please let me be able to find it quick, y'all. Oh no.
See, Fluger. See how easy it is to from person to person.
Oh, this ain't it.
Flu viruses can never harm.
Oh shit, that's not it. That's not it. Oh man. Hold on, y'all. I'm so close. If I can't find it, I'ma just go on. I just wanted to show y'all this. The
toilet is the worst.
That ain't it. It looks like it. I keep clicking on the one. I hate that I can't find it right away. I wasn't prepared to go into this. Otherwise, I would have been on that. Oh, here we go. I think this might be the one. Wait, if it's not the one, I think this. This is from 2009 when the H1N1. Guess who you about to see? Y'all ain't ready.
How can a person tell if they have the...
I don't think you're ready for Miss Petty. I don't think you're ready for Miss Petty. I don't think you're ready for this. Let me show you.
Seasonal flu.
Your best
or
friend
contracted the 2009 H1N1 influenza virus. Well, for a person, him or herself, to be able to determine that would essentially be impossible.
Who's that?
You can get everything from very, very mild.
Who's that? Somebody drop it in the comments. Who the fuck is that? Huh? Who the fuck is that? Who's that? Dr. Fraud Ass Fauci, ain't it? Ain't it? Yeah. You remember him? Lying to motherfuckers.
Illness to severe illness with either seasonal flu or the H1N1 new 2009 pandemic flu. Most of the time, it's a mild disease, but there are unusual cases that can be severe. The only way a person can tell is if they get their blood drawn or other laboratory tests specifically distinguish between one and the other. But that is something that is not done routinely. So if someone wakes up in the morning and feels that they're not well, they get a fever, muscle aches, some cough, the things that you would get with the flu, it would be very difficult for them to determine whether it's seasonal flu or the H1N1. However, circumstances that are going on in the community can give you a pretty big hint of what you have. Let me give you an example. When H1N1 historically has gone into a community.
Oh, let me
both
play that.
in
I'm gonna
the
play that.
United States in the spring of 2009, as well as what we're seeing in the Southern Hemisphere in Argentina, Chile, Australia, in South Africa. It generally overwhelms and crowds out the seasonal flu. So if you're in a community in which we know from surveillance that 99% of the cases of flu are really H1N1, you can make a reasonable assumption that your illness is due to H1N1. If there's a mixture of both, or if there's still a lot of seasonal.
So, I mean, you know, I'm just trying to say. You feel me? They ain't new to this. They true to this. Dr. Fauci been slinging and murky. You think you gangster? You really want to get on with some gangster shit? I'm gonna show you some gangster shit. Let me show you some gangster shit. That these motherfuckers, they killing themselves, they own people. That ain't gangster, man. These motherfuckers is gangster. Bill Gates, that's gangster right there. Dr. Fried Ass Fauci, who be having motherfuckers in the hospital like this, that's some gangster shit right there. Hold on real quick. I'm just saying. Hold on. I'm starting to reevaluate my shit. Uh hold on. Where's my shit? Oh, here we go.
I don't want you to answer my
I
question.
just think this is funny.
I want Dr. Fauci to
We're gonna wrap it up with this.
What does it have to be?
Expire, sir. If you need to respect the chair and shut your mouth.
When is the time?
Damn, I thought I had it, y'all. I thought I had it. Now we ready.
In your written statement, you say, now is not the time to pull back on masking, physical distancing, and avoiding congregate settings. When is the time? When do Americans get their freedom back? Can you put your microphone on, please?
Who's that?
When we get the level of infection in this country low enough that it is not a
Ain't
really
that your
high.
boy?
What is low enough? Give me a number. We had 15 days to slow the spread, turned into 1 year of lost liberty. What metrics, what measures, what has to happen before Americans get their freedoms? My message, Congressman Jordan, is to get as many people vaccinated as quickly as we possibly can to get the level of infection in this country low that it is no longer a threat. That is when. And I believe when that happens, you will see. What determines when? I'm sorry. What? What measure? What? Are we just going to continue this forever? When do we get to the point? What measure? What standard? What objective outcome do we have to reach before Americans get their liberty and freedoms back? You know, you're indicating liberty and freedom. I look at it as a public health measure to prevent people from dying and going to the hospital. You don't think Americans' liberties have been threatened the last year, Dr. Fauci? They've been assaulted. Their liberties have. I don't look at this as a liberty thing, Congressman Jordan. Well, that's obvious. As a public health thing. But I disagree with you on that. The Constitution, this will end for sure when we get the level of infection very low. It is now at such a
Wow. Okay, I'm freezing. Hold on. We ain't gonna miss a beat. Okay, we ain't gonna miss a beat. Try to sketch out. Because they know I'm kicking some facts. Hold on. They always do that. Don't trip. I'm still on that.
I disagree with you on that. The Constitution is suspended during a virus, during a pandemic. It's certainly not. This will end for sure when we get the level of infection very low. It is now at such a high level. There's a threat again of major surge. Dr. Fauci, over the last year, Americans' First Amendment rights have been completely attacked. Your right to go to church, your right to assemble, your right to petition your government, freedom of the press, freedom of speech have all been assaulted. I mean, for a year now, Americans haven't been able to go to church. Even today, when they go to church, they're limited in the size of worshipers who can meet. Your right to assemble? Oh my goodness. We had a curfew last fall in Ohio. You had to be in your home at 10. In Pennsylvania, you had to be in your home. When you're in your home, you had to wear a mask. In Vermont, when you're in your home, you didn't have to wear a mask, Dr. Fauci, because you weren't allowed to have people over to your house. Yeah, Congressman Jordan, your ability to petition your government for a year, American citizens haven't been able to come to their capital to petition their government to talk to their representatives and freedom of the press. These very pictures that Representative Scalise just showed you and talked about, guess what? The press isn't allowed in those facilities. The press is not, the Biden administration will not let the press in there. And certainly freedom of speech. I mean, the governor of our third largest state meets with physicians, and that video is censored because they dare to disagree with Dr. Fauci.
That's right.
So I just want to know, when do Americans get their First Amendment liberties back?
You know, I don't think anything was censored because they felt they couldn't disagree with me. I think you're making this a personal thing, and it isn't.
It's not a personal thing.
No, you are. That is exactly what you're doing.
No, your recommendations carry a lot of weight, Dr. Fauci. We just had the chair of the Financial Services Committee said she loves you and you're the greatest thing in the world.
Yeah.
My recommendations are consistent.
Will the gentleman yield?
No, it's my.
Now, could I answer the question, please? My recommendations are not a personal recommendation. It's based on the CDC guidance, which is,
and I'm asking the question: what measures have to be attained before Americans get their First Amendment liberties back?
I just told you that.
I know you haven't given anything specific. You said we hope when this starts. Something specific.
Right now, we have about 60,000 infections a day, which is a very large risk for a surge. We're not talking about liberties. We're talking about a pandemic that has killed 560,000 Americans.
I get that we're talking about. And I don't disagree with that. And I understand how serious that is. But I also understand it's pretty serious when businesses have been shut down. People can't go to church. People can't assemble in their own homes with their friends, with their families. People can't go to a loved one's funeral. People can't get to their government, petition their representative to redress their grievances. Right. I also understand the First Amendment is pretty darn important.
Thank you, Lady Leo. I appreciate it.
Americans will get those First Amendment liberties back.
Thank you for your support.
People cannot assemble in their own homes. They can. That's a CDC recommendation.
Please share it. Tell your friends. Go to my Instagram. Real Talking Healthy Food. Okay. I love when Jim Jordan be clowning fools, man. Well, that's it. You know, I wanted to end it with that. I think I drove my point home pretty good. Let me mute this. This is on my thing on my Instagram, Real Talking Healthy Food. Follow your girl, Real Talking Healthy Food. Oh, I got 87. Okay. Well, I can't do promotions because of the content. So I need y'all help manually. I'll even show y'all. I'll click promotions, promote top posts, and you can't run promotions. So I'm not talking out of my ass. I always keep it $1.52. Plus, I include the tax. Okay. So I need your manual support. If you're already subscribed, just ensure that you're subscribed. Turn on the notification bell so you can be part of the squad. Care Bears. Share if you dare, share if you care, especially if you're a Care Bear. Make sure you're subscribed or make sure you follow me on Instagram. I'm going to start posting more often. And also, I am going to create another channel, which is going to be like more girly shit, where I'll be showing like products that I use and things like that. You know, how often I get my nails done and all that girly stuff. Okay. So it won't be just me mad about the Derek Chauvin case and how we got to wait 8 weeks for him to be sentenced. When if it was my black ass, I would have been assassinated on Friday, buried on Saturday. But what did he say? Elected on Friday, assassinated on Sunday, Saturday, and buried on Sunday. If I was president, that would have been me, dead as a doorknob in the grave, at the crossroads. Okay. So anyway, I'm just saying, don't let this little bullshit case, you know, it ain't no bullshit, but it is. You know what I'm saying? It is to a certain extent, because there's a whole lot going on outside of that they don't want you to pay attention to. And what I just shared with you is one of the many things. I didn't even get into the China shit. That's a whole nother hour. Okay. So I just wanted to just let y'all know that. Okay. Don't get distracted by this bullshit. Don't let the protesting and all that shit that might be going on in your city distract you from what's going on. I'm in Louisville, Kentucky, okay? And I showed y'all live and in action. It wasn't going on, it wasn't like how they showed it on TV. I showed y'all in real time what the fuck was really going on. It wasn't like that. They tried to say it was all this fire. Meanwhile, there was a fire burning and the police was standing right there and wasn't doing nothing about it. Watch the video. Watch the motherfucking video. They wasn't doing shit. Okay. Then they tried to say, oh, it was a fire somewhere. And the fire was really down the street from where I am. They try to make it seem like, oh, it was all this catastrophe. It wasn't. It wasn't. It wasn't. And on top of that, what they was doing was they was laying piles of bricks in certain areas. Like my brother wanted me to get away from it. He was like, let's go have some falafel. And he's like, let's get out the hood, man. Let's go get some falafel and whatnot. We went to where the town started because Louisville is extremely segregated and they're trying to gentrify it right now, right? So we went right in the middle in the Highlands area. There was piles of bricks in areas so they could incite more problems and then implement martial law. It was piles of bricks everywhere, right in the cuts. And I saw it from my little revolutionary friends. And I was like, oh shit, they wasn't lying. Because they was doing it in all the cities, leaving piles of bricks near places. And what it is the Black Lives Matter bitches is not to be trusted. I told y'all this a long time ago. Them bitches is not to be fucking trusted. Any bitch that tries to eliminate the black man out of the equation and she's saying that she's for black people with the money, she didn't build not a motherfucking thing. Every city across fucking America is undergoing gentrification. Brooklyn ain't even about to be Brooklyn no more. You feel what I'm saying? Oakland ain't even Oakland no more. Okay? Let's keep it a buck right now. Any black bitch that's trying to eliminate a black man out the equation, you need to not trust that bitch right there. Real talk. Okay? That's real fucking talk. You can't trust that bitch. If she's mentioning every single thing except what the fuck needs to be happening, we need both. We need black women, we need black men. We don't got time to be dividing and shit like that. We don't got no time for that. They killing both of us. They killing both of us. They killing us for our reproductive organs, and they killing you for your organs. And we ain't even got to get into the kids. That was the other point, which is another video that I'm gonna make all together about the kids, because there's this and I'm about to be done, but there's this documentary that you gotta watch. It's called I had to block it out of my head because some things I have to purposely forget because it makes me think bad things. But it's a documentary that I watched that's very true, and it was talking about how they be talking about the kids. But I'm gonna find it while I wrap it up. So yeah, like I said, from the beginning, we're gonna wrap it up here. We don't got time to be going against each other. We all need each other, okay, at the end of the day. And then when we pan out, when we see something super shiny and super cracking and they trying to put it in our face, we need to pan out and figure out what it is that they're really telling us. Okay? That's what you need to do. If you're interested in the documentary that I was referring to, it's oh man, what's today? Tuesday. So I watched it on Sunday night. And girl, I had to watch cartoons. Damn shame. That's how dark it is. It's called Sound of Freedom. Watch Sound of Freedom. It's on YouTube. You just have to find the one free. Sound of Freedom. It's very dark. I don't know if you love the kids like I love the kids. You know, it just confirms a lot of shit. The Pizzagate, the adrenochrome, all that shit is very real, and this documentary confirms it. I think the dude is from like Russia or something like that. He's one of them that's from out that area that you kind of got to be skeptical to trust them. No offense, but Y'all peoples from the Caucasus Mountains and all them is suspect, bruh. So they do a lot of weird shit. They like to be chesters and shit, and they like to do weird, gross, nasty, cannibalistic type shit. They got a history of it. Look at the Nazis. But anyway, you watch that documentary. It confirms a lot of your suspicions, and that's just one of the many rabbit holes. So again, like, don't get distracted by the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Just try to pay attention to what's going on around you. So yeah, thank you guys. I didn't mean for it to be this damn long, but I get on the roll because we gotta wait 8 weeks to see the sentencing. So we have other shit more important shit to talk about. And then another thing, watch the video clip. It's only 2 minutes long by Dr. Yi Lee. And this is in regard to China, okay? Dr. Yi Lee. Watch that shit, and then you'll be able to see how they plotting on us right now, and why it's important that it's important. Dr. Yi Lee. It's only 2 minutes and 37 seconds. Watch that message. They have the titles down at the bottom, the closed caption at the bottom. Watch that message right there. They're laughing at us. We're a joke right now. So Joe Biden and dude getting together, that's suspect because they're buying out the properties, making it difficult for regular people like me and you to buy property. Believe me, I'm going through it right this second. Me and my mom is looking for property right now, and regular motherfuckers is having hard times buying property. All right. So I just wanted to leave you with some gems so you could take them, pick them up, and do what you will with them. All right. So follow me on Instagram, Real Talking Healthy Food. Make sure you're subscribed here, Real Talking Healthy Food. Look out for my new YouTube video, which will be a little bit more lighthearted. I just got to work on my intro and I'm good. So please, as always, share if you care, share if you dare, especially if you a motherfucking Care Bear. And peace, love, and hair grease and all that jazz. I'm out this bitch. Peace.